Alright students, well so far you finished the introduction, finished the aim, you finished the location of study, and by now you should have finished the methodology. So I give you enough time, alright, to finish up those four main parameters there, right? The fifth part of the SBA, fifth part, is in fact the presentation of data. Now by now everybody should have their data sets and whatnot involved. What you can probably do to make it easier for you, right? You have several columns in your table. Your table is the foundation of where you would have all the information with respect to what you found out. So you could have one column could have time, another column could have location, all right? Location, like for example, location 1 or location E or whatever. And another example could also have the other column, could also have another location, which is location 2 or whatever the case may be. So you have your time on one column, and on another column also you have location 1, location 2, and within those columns you will simply put the temperature readings, which is in degrees Celsius. So make that very clear, especially at the top of the table. I'll leave that upon your own imagination for that, right? And you go down, your temperatures would be respective to the times that you have included there. By now you should know what time you have, all right, what time you used or whatever, because that is what you're supposed to have done on your own, all right? So once you have your temperature in a tabulated form, which is in the form of a table, all right, from there you can manipulate graphs. Now students, your presentation of data is associated with graphs, all right, and tables. But in terms of representing temperature, it is advisable that you use line graphs. All right, line graphs. Students, your graphs should properly have x-axis, a y-axis. All right, the axes should be properly labeled. All right, and also make sure it have a title. If you are drawing your graphs, you could use a scale and whatnot. All right. If you put it in the computer, everything will be much easier. All right. Okay. So your presentation of data is simply how you manipulate your tabulated data, which is the data you figured out and put in a table. All right. You have to now put that same data in the form of a graph. All right. A graph format. And once you have the formation of a graph per se, it is easier, obviously, for you now to make assumptions. But the assumptions and the deductions and the analysis and whatnot, that is in the next component. But for the time being, focus only upon your data represented in the form of a table as well as graphs. Okay? And what type of graphs are you using? Line graphs. In this SBA, you might be restricted to using perhaps maybe 1 or 2 graphs. Line graphs, that is. You really cannot have anything like pie chart or whatever. Unless, of course, you figure out a way how you can manipulate the data. Alright, so I will leave that for you. Alright, so this is the 5th installation in the SBA. Alright, it is in fact presentation of data. What do you have? How do you present your data? You present it in the form of tables, graphs, charts, you name it. But in our case, we will just be tables and graphs. What type of graph to be specific? Line graphs. All right. If you have anything additional to put, anything additional to add, feel free. All right. I will check it for you all as well. Okay, bye.